Hi, I'm Bob Chelmick. I want to tell you a brief story about a small charity that's been doing wonderful work for people in need, near and far. I know of them because of my work as a documentary producer. It was formed in Alberta in the early 1990s by a group of Canadian friends who hailed from India, raised in the traditions of Hinduism. And one of the fundamental principles of Hinduism is the practice of good charitable work. And so they formed this organization called Maanaw Seva, which means serving mankind. They knew very well how important it is to help those in need from growing up in India. They came to Canada, they made a success of their lives here. They wanted to put that into practice here, and so came into being the Maanaw Seva Association. From the very beginning of this organization, Maanaw Seva, the emphasis has been on education, on healthcare, and on social service projects for communities in need. At the same time, Maanaw Seva wanted to raise awareness among all Canadians of the rich cultural traditions of those with their roots in India. Personally, it's been a great blessing for me to be able to see some of the work that Maanaw Seva has done near and far. I look forward to sharing at least a hint of what I witnessed in India of Maanaw Seva's work. But first, let me just give you a hint of what goes on locally. This small group of volunteers accomplishes great things here. Speaking of frontline education programs, let's start there with something called Jagriti, a program that helps young people, the children of Indo-Canadian families who are having some difficulty navigating between the two cultures. There are education programs for seniors who are new to the country, helping them adjust, getting them used to the new culture, the new financial situation, the new health care, and the new housing challenges they face. Maanaw Seva has been very successful in mounting brief seminars bringing attention to important health issues. For example, a matter of heart, bringing attention to heart disease, and a matter of cancer, bringing attention to the issues surrounding cancer. There's another seminar important as well called Swarga Rohan, which brings attention to the issues surrounding the life journey that we will all share, the end-of-life journey. Legal issues, healthcare issues, accommodation issues, Swarga Rohan. Raising awareness around mental stress and depression, also important to Maanaw Seva. Speaking of frontline education programs, Maanaw Seva has helped local elementary schools with such things as a breakfast program in the inner city, special classes for the disabled, even a music program, things of that nature. Maanaw Seva, as I mentioned, also puts emphasis on raising cultural awareness, and it's done this in a couple of different ways by bringing attention to some of the amazing visions and accomplishments of leaders within the Indo-Canadian community. And it's done that with books and with documentaries, video documentaries. Let's take this book, for example, Among Friends, the inspiring story of Robinson Koipalai, advocate for a common humanity. Robinson was awarded the Order of Canada for his work as a respected advocate for human rights and as a brilliant educator. He was also my favorite high school teacher. Then there are films like The 3 Lives of Panditji, and this is where I come in. When I heard this story, I loved it. I wanted to tell the story of this young boy from a remote village in India that had no school. And yet this young lad, he became an all-India gold medal scholar in Sanskrit, and eventually the priest here at the Edmonton Hindu Cultural Center. A great story full of kind of lessons of what you can achieve if you apply effort to the talents you're given and live a principled life. My friend Shiv Shankar Dwivedi. And these are just some of the things that have been accomplished by Maanaw Seva on this side of the world. It's also been involved in some major international service projects. Since its beginning, 1991, Maanaw Seva has sent $1 million to India for projects to help needy communities, especially in poor villages, through projects related to education and health and hygiene and even basic needs like good fresh water. Remember Panditji's remote village had no school? Well, that is no longer the case. Thanks to generous Albertans, since 1996, Maanaw Seva has provided free education for boys and girls in Atsalya and area. A long way around, the kids, some of them, walk for miles and miles to get to school. The privilege of going to school in India is a big one. Also in India, there are important programs like scholarships for women to attend college, funding for a tribal girls' hostel in Gujarat. Maanaw Seva has purchased much-needed emergency vehicles, for example, for an addiction relief society in Maharashtra and a charity hospital in Gujarat. Funding has been provided for a leprosy colony in Tamil Nadu, as well as orphanages, among many projects in India. So for me personally, being able to witness how these projects have had a tremendously positive effect on individual lives, near and far, has been at one and the same time a moving experience and a great joy. Maanaw Seva raises funds with the help of a walkathon in Edmonton every summer at Horillac Park. It's called Walk for Children's Future. Is it not amazing what a small group of committed volunteers, helped by generous donors, and yes, some important government support can achieve? It is. It's amazing. And actually the smallness is important. Because of its size, Maanaw Seva can be very responsive while keeping things simple to better focus on helping others and to best reflect the highest values of the local South Asian community. What's more, even though a fully registered charity issuing tax receipts for donations, there are no paid staff members of the Maanaw Seva Association. That means all the personal, business, corporate donations, fundraising revenues, and grants from organizations like Alberta's Community Initiatives program can go directly to the important work at hand. An amazing organization, this Maanaw Seva, this group of Alberta volunteers quietly working hard, near and far, helping others. There's so much more to learn about Maanaw Seva on their website, maanawseva.org. There you can see more pictures, watch video, read more about Maanaw Seva, and there's a donate button too, maanawseva.org. I hope you're inspired to make a donation to this group of volunteers that work so hard. So thank you for allowing me to share some of my enthusiasm for the work done by the Maanaw Seva Association of Alberta.